What's up, guys? The Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel, the Iceman V2013 YouTube channel. This video is basically about um, the Iceman's uh, career here on YouTube.com. It really started in 2009, and it started off sort of slow for a month or two, and then the Iceman sort of this was a naturally Ice This YouTube channel, and things started perking up a bit, and it was back in the alcohol days, basically. And you know, you made a lot of friends, and then of course, as well, you make a lot of enemies. Not to mention names. You ran it on people, and people love the rants. People love drama here on YouTube. They still do today. Just ask Peter Gilmore because his channel has flourished because of his rants. I disagree with rants nowadays, and I've told everybody this. I won't do it. I will discuss it, but I won't rant. And but anyway, back then rants were like huge. Wrestling Jesus did a lot of rants. Um, I did a lot of rants, and it caused a lot of trouble. And it caused a lot of trouble with certain YouTubers, and we had our major issues and feuds. And eventually, my channel got taken down on a number of occasions, and it got to the point where it was like the hacking got ridiculous. Okay, um, but I always came back, and I came back, and I was more vicious, and I had a vendetta. I really did. I had a vendetta to really want to get back at particular people, and you know when you look back and it's all hindsight, you say to yourself, maybe, obviously you should have done it a different way. But when I drank, you know, and you would just guzzle down those natural ices, and you get a buzz, and you wouldn't care what you said, and that's exactly what I did. And this went on, and the channel kept getting closed down by hacking and whatnot, and then you just get more pissed off, and you'd come back with more of a vengeance, and it got to the point where you're doing this every other day, and it got totally ridiculous, and it took a toll on me as well. And then little did I know that I had other health issues being involved. And in 2010 I was gone for a while. I was in Massachusetts for quite some time, dealing with some other health issues. And then there was a lot of things said about me because I wasn't on YouTube, saying, "Oh, I was in prison. I was doing this. I was doing that," which none of them obviously were true. But because I wasn't there to defend myself, things could be said. But anyway, I mean, I look back at it now and I sort of like chuckle. But and then I come back, um, on and off here and there. But not, it wasn't really basically until about 2013, 2012, 2013, I really started emerging back because my health was a lot better. And, then the hacking continued. Um, Channels got closed down once again. But I never gave up. I took John Cena's motto, I never gave up. And I continued on. And finally, after a while, I just said, enough is enough. And I got a hold of somebody that, you know, could really find out really what the issue was, where things were coming from, and whatnot. And it took a good 8, 9 months actually, and we got all our answers. And I could not wait. I wanted to throw names out there and stuff. And I got advice from some other people. Well, maybe you just should keep it to yourself. You got all the proof you need. Hold on to it and wait for the right time. So I thought, you know, twice about it. And so I never, I did accuse and I was wrong because I accused before I had the facts. But I will say this: some of my accusations were accurate. Um, and to this day, I still have the proof. And I've had a lot of people say to me, "Why don't you expose?" And I'm thinking to myself more and more often, maybe I should have, but I'm glad I didn't because there will be a time someday, maybe I will put it out there, but I like to think that people can change. And I've seen a lot of changes here on YouTube. I mean, back in 2009 when I first started, there was like ROH Styles 23, there was WWE G86, there was Spiderweb WWE. Of course, Gemini 686 was on there. Um, WWE Forever 98. There was just like, Spinnernet one. There was like tons of guys out there. And, they were fun to watch. And obviously things change. And we got the present day people like Boston Fan 79 V1. We now have Gemini 888. We have Killer Demon 669. We have Andre Corbeil. Uh, there's just a massive amount of YouTubers out there. And, if you compare back then to now, it's a fine line, really. There was a lot of great YouTubers back in 2009. Um, there was a lot more old school YouTubers, I would call them, as far as old school wrestling goes. And that's where I fit in the most because I used to watch the old NWA stuff, and a lot of people knew about that back then. Whereas a lot of the newer YouTubers at this present time here in 2014, unless you go back and watch some of the old school videos, they didn't really know too much about it. So there's a fine line comparison there. But um, in retrospect, uh, if I did things differently back in 2009, things could be different today in 2014. Like I said, you know, I made my bed, I have to lie in it. But I do see today how drama sells, and I'll never go back to that drama. And people can keep on doing it. Uh, I disagree with it. I have friends that do it, and I tell them you pay a price for drama, and sooner or later, I mean, your channel may become big, but sooner or later, you keep on doing drama, and something bad is going to happen because it usually does. People talk about Wrestling Jesus. Wrestling Jesus is an icon here on YouTube. You know, you can like him or you can hate him. Why he's so big, I'm really not sure, but he is. And like I said, he's an icon here on YouTube. And he's going to do what he's going to do. And he does just from one end of the spectrum to another. So he just fulfills you know, the whole thing here on YouTube as far as wrestling, drama, whatever. But he's popular. He always will be. You can't take that away from him. And then you have Sean's View Entertainment, who emerged in the last like 6 to 8 months is like a superpower here on YouTube.com. Um, I don't know the reasons for it. I have nothing against it. I will say this: if he keeps to his reporting of his rumors and the wrestling news, he's going on the right path. But if he subjects everybody else to his personal issues and then the hate stuff, um, and then just when you gloat, the thing is here on YouTube, don't gloat about yourself. Don't brag. Don't be conceited because you're going to get enemies. You're going to get the troll haters and whatnot. And but with him, sometimes he doesn't seem to care, you know. But in any event, for myself, um, I've done a lot here on YouTube in the old times. Not very good. Some very good. in the present day, I think that I try to come out with some very, very good wrestling videos, very good wrestling opinions, and sometimes it doesn't do so well. And I have people tell me, Iceman, go back, do your old thing. I can't do that. I just can't. I've made myself to become a better person here on YouTube, and I like talking about the world of professional wrestling, and I want to talk about it in a good way. I mean, I'll give my opinions on things and whatnot, but I'm not going to go back to that ranting style. I will talk about certain channels and what I think that maybe they should do or shouldn't do, but it's not particularly a rant. Uh, and if I have an opinion on a channel that's ranting, I'll let them know personally and whatnot. And they're going to tell me to go fuck myself for one reason, because they know that rants sell. And there's been some channels out there recently that have gone up like 200 or 300 subs in the last month and a half. And it's a lot to do with rants. And if you feel comfortable about doing that, then do so. I myself, I don't want to. Um, where this channel's leading to, well, I will say this. Um, it's just like in the world of professional wrestling. Look at John Cena. He started in the WWE, he had his Thungonomics, the ruthless aggression, and now he is the face of the WWE. His time is really worn out in the WWE. He gets a lot of hate, he gets a lot of boos. Why he does, I'm really uncertain about that. I mean, really, because he is the good guy in the WWE, and today is the day of the heels for fans in the WWE, and the gimmick needs to be changed. And that's what I'm thinking here with the Iceman. Maybe the gimmick needs to be changed. Um, will the gimmick turn heel? No, it's not going to turn heel. The Iceman will never turn heel again. Um, he will give his thoughts, he'll give his opinions, but he's not going to do a heel turn. Um, but there may be a new gimmick coming in the future, or there may be no Iceman in the future. Um, it's it's a thing that where if you can't reach out to people, then why do you waste your time? I have a lot of knowledge of the world of professional wrestling. I go way back into the 70s. Um, the NWA was my time in the world of professional wrestling. I thought it was great. Um, until actually the Attitude Era with Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin, which made things so much fun to watch. Uh, like I said in previous videos, I watched 2005's WWE Raw Homecoming when they came back to the WWE Network. It was a 3-hour show. Stone Cold was on there. He stunnered Vince. He stunnered Shane. He stunnered Stephanie. He drank beers with Linda, and he stunned Linda McMahon. What an awesome night. We saw Triple H and Ric Flair going against Carlito and Chris Masters. They beat him, and then Triple H turned on Ric Flair with the sledgehammer and bloodied the shit out of Ric Flair. Those were good times. I mean, we now have the Brock Lesnar era here in the WWE, which to me is a waste of time. I say what I think. Lesnar should not be WWE champion. There's just no way. I mean, it's ridiculous. They give John Cena the transitional title, his 15th title, and for what? To lose to Brock Lesnar so he doesn't defend the belt for 4 months? Makes no sense to me. Whether you like John Cena uh, or dislike him, whether you like Lesnar or dislike him, be realistic. Does this really make any sense in your eyes? So anyway, um, the future of the Iceman here on YouTube is up in the air. Whether I will come back as the Iceman or maybe a new gimmick, I don't know. All I know is I'm not reverting back to the old Iceman. I'm not going back to the heel Iceman. I'm not going back to ranting on people. And people here on YouTube, if you want to make your rants, so be it. But I will say this, if you continue to do your rants and I'm subscribed to you, I'm going to hit the unsubscribe button because I don't agree with it. Um, but you can do what you want to do. I will say this in closing, my nephew Matt doesn't bother anybody here on YouTube. He got numerous flags the other day for absolutely no reason at all. Um, and his channel was taken down for absolutely nothing. Now, this is the hate here on YouTube. Now, he can't make another channel on YouTube unless he spoofs his IP address, which is so easy to do. But the point is, why? I mean, in all fairness, why? It makes no sense. And this is part of the reason why YouTube can be, such a trolling community, um, such a hateful community. People need to band together. So, anyway, this is my video, and you know, take it for what you want. Maybe I've been long-winded here tonight, but or here today, I should say. But really, I hope I hit home with some people, and it's YouTube. You want a wrestling community? Make a wrestling community. Band together instead of freaking hating on everybody, causing trouble with everybody. I mean, what is really the point? Do you win in the long run? Probably not. This is the Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel, the Iceman B2013 channel. Please check out the Iceman's Wrestling Extreme on Facebook, Wrestling News Talk on Facebook, In the Hot Seat with David Rivera on Facebook, and the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. Peace out, everybody. Have yourself a great Saturday.